In this quick video guide, I want to show you how you can extrude a profile along a path to create, for example, a baseboard or like a gutter and other architectural elements in general, but how you can basically extrude along a path anything, or how you can use the sweep, it's also called. So I'm just going to move this aside because I want to work here in the middle, and my 3D cursor is here at the moment, so I want to bring it back in the center. So I'm going to go here to snap cursor to world origin. Okay, now the first thing I need is a profile that I need to extrude along the path. So in order to do this, I can either create a curve, which is going to be a 2D object already, but sometimes these tools are pretty difficult to use for like beginners. And by the way, if you find anything difficult, you can check other video guides explaining the basics. You can also check the Blender video course and the 3D architecture in Blender video course in the channel. So we did another video guide where we created this similar effect using curves. But this time I want to show you another technique. So I want to show you how you can do it by using a 3D object, which sometimes can be easier. So what I'm going to do here is do the easiest thing, which is going to create a cube. And then I'm going to scale this down to 10 centimeters. So it's going to be small, and it's going to be the starting point for the gutter profile. Now press numpad dot to focus, or you can go to the view and frame selected so that you can work properly. And then let's go directly in edit mode. I'm gonna do this as quick as I can and as easy as I can. So we don't want to extrude here. We just want to move this face a little bit up and this face a little bit down. So we are creating again the profile that we're gonna use for the gutter. So I'm gonna make this smaller like this. And then I need some extra extrusions here. So I'm gonna go to the extrude and I'm gonna extrude this little piece and also another piece up here like that. You can see I'm using the X and the epsilon and the origin as a reference. And also here we need an extra segment. So I'm gonna extrude like this. And perhaps I can just move this up. Well, no, I don't really like that. So let me just extrude here. Okay, so let's say that this is a really simple gutter profile that we're gonna use. Of course, you can make this more rounded and with more details, but I don't want to go into many details here. Now, we don't need the entire 3D object, but we only need the one part of this, because with this one, we're going to create the 2D profile. So what I'm going to do is go into edit mode, select all the faces here, and then I'm going to just subdivide them. So right click and go to separate or split. So by doing this, I will have an extra object. There you go. So you can see that. Well, right now I splitted those, but they're still in the same object. So I'm gonna do actually separate. So I'm gonna separate the selection. Okay, now I have a different object. You can see, and I don't need this one here, so I can delete it. And this one here will be my gutter profile. So I need to turn this into 2D. So I'm gonna go here and convert, right click, convert to curve. So now it's a curve. And this is the way we can turn anything that is like in 3D, we can make it 2D. Let me just adjust that corner right there. And of course we can work with curves, with Bezier and other stuff, but I don't wanna spend too much time talking about that. We already talked about that in other video guide. Okay, now the other important thing is the origin. I want to bring the origin into some point. So I think I'm gonna bring it here. So I'm gonna, well, let's go here to options, go to origins. We can manually move it. Let's snap two vertices and let's snap it right here. Now make sure it's actually there. Okay, so it's in the corner. All right, so we can now deactivate the um, pivot or the origin transformation. And now let's create a path. Now with the same method, I can take, for example, this one here, which was like, let me show you with the Shift H to isolate this. So I'm gonna get here the part that I want. So a quick way we can do this is Control C, Control V. So duplicate this, and this one here, it's roof, and then I created another one, which is gonna be roof 1. So I have a copy of this roof, and this one I'm gonna call it path. Okay, so now I can hide the roof, so I can search it right here, roof, and there it is. So I can turn this off and only work with the path, which is this one here. So with the path, I go back to edit mode and select only the faces that I need. So I'm gonna select these two, this one here, and these other two right here. And then I'm gonna go to separate those. Same technique. So I'm gonna separate and now go back to object mode, get rid of everything I don't need. I only need this one here, which is gonna be our path. Now right click and convert this into a mesh, into a curve, from a mesh into a curve. And let's go to edit mode. Okay, now we need to get rid of everything we don't really need. So I'm gonna get rid of these vertices right here. And also I'm gonna select everything, right click and toggle cyclic off. So it's not gonna be a closed curve, but it's gonna be an open curve. And then I'm gonna delete these vertices. I can hold shift to select all the vertices I don't need and then press X or delete to delete those vertices. So we are only left with the path that we're gonna use. So right now I need to select this path, go to here, the path properties, the object data properties. I wanna keep this in 3D. I wanna go in geometry, and you can use the round. You can see it's gonna create a tube, or you can use a profile that you can create right away, right here. So you can see it's creating the sweep. And if you're good with this, you can create the gather with this as well. Or you have like some presets here. And then we want to go here to use an actual object in the scene. Now, if you have it, you can click on the picker and you can select it in the scene. Otherwise, you can use this little icon and search it. So we call that profile. So you can see here, I can search it and I'm gonna say gather profile. So you can see there's the gather profile right there. Now, once I have everything set up, I can unhide everything. So instead of using Shift H, I'm gonna use Alt H, and that's gonna highlight everything. So you can see the gather is there, is in the the lower part. So now I just need to fix it. So let me just go here where I saved my profile. And now if I edit the original profile or also the origin position, I can change the end result. So if I go here to edit mode, I can go here and edit the profile. So you can see if I can make this a little bit higher or a little bit well, less higher, and this also here I can make it longer. So you can see it automatically updates the sweep. So you may want to check out if everything is fine. Otherwise, you can adjust it here. You can adjust the profile. You can adjust the be careful on with the snap. Turn them off. So you can adjust these two elements until you find that it's working properly. And you can also adjust the path, not only the profile. So continue to work on this and you will find your final result that you like. And this will be all for this video guide. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe if you want to stay updated with other video courses and other video guides. Otherwise, you can just also support us. You can thank us by joining the channel as a supporter and check out other video courses and video guides. So thanks for watching and see you in the next.